Time sure does fly when you have a phone on your wrist. Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to My Tech Monday. So, on last week's episode, I did a 3-month review on owning the iPhone 7 Plus. I gave you 3 reasons why I liked it, and also 3 reasons why I didn't like it. If you guys want to check that video out, the link is up here or down below in the description. Anyways, continuing on with this episode, I picked up the Apple Watch Series 2 42mm about a week and a half after I got the iPhone, so I thought it would be fitting right now to do a 3-month review on the Apple iWatch. So keeping with the number 3, here are 3 things that I like about it and 3 things that I don't like about the Apple Watch. So the first thing that I really like about this watch right here, I don't know if it's the same for anyone, but for me specifically, it seems that the voice dictation on the Apple Watch is a lot better than just using it on your phone or using Siri on your phone. It seems to pick up words a lot more clearly when it's on the watch over the phone. Keeping with clarity, the second reason I really enjoy this watch is because I think it makes a great personal assistant. The fact that you don't have to be right next to your cell phone to send a text with this watch, the fact that you can use the watch to send a text while you're doing something else on your phone, such as taking a video or a time lapse, you can go onto Instagram, Twitter, all those things that you need to do. You can do it really quickly from the watch, and I think it makes the use of the iPhone a lot better. My number 3 reason for really liking this watch is the fact that this thing has an amazing battery on it. I go about 2.5 to 3 days without having to put this thing back on the dock to charge it. Keep in mind, I don't think I use this watch as much as I possibly could. I think there are some areas that I could work on using it more, but the fact that the battery goes that long with the amount of usage that I put into the device per charge is pretty amazing. Now, here for the not so amazing things, starting it off with number 1, I have a little complaint about the speakers. Now, the sound on here is great. The sound when you're taking a call, the crispness of the audio on the person on the other end is really good. But I found when you're traveling on the highway, when you get up past, say, 65 and you got the air conditioning on in the car, you're not going to hear anything through the speaker. Like when we went on our vacation last week and I wanted to talk on the phone, I would drive like this. You know, the speaker is right here next to my mouth, you know, the microphone, everything, it's right there, and I could just barely hear it. But other than that, if you're just doing a normal task, you're not driving on the highway in a pickup truck doing 65, 70 with air conditioning on, I think the speaker works just great. My number 2 issue that I have with the Apple Watch isn't so much as an issue, it's something that I would like to see more of, and that's the customizable Apple faces that are on here. By customizable, I do not mean all the different choices that you can make between the color of the background of the watch and the numbers and what it displays exactly. I'm talking about those cool 3D animations that they put onto the watch. I'd have to say out of all the faces, I think the jellyfish is a really nice face, and I also like the world clock where it rotates as dark is approaching wherever you are living, or as nighttime is approaching wherever you are living. I think it would be really cool if they gave the ability to other people to design different faces for this watch. I mean, there could be a Fallout themed face, there could be a Walking Dead themed face, you could do different holiday themed faces. I think there is a really big market for the different types of animated faces for this watch. Finally, my number 3 complaint about this watch, the only thing that I really truly have something to complain about this watch right here is something that I found completely odd, something that I found completely baffling, and I did not really discover it till this past week when we went on vacation. For those of you that aren't familiar, there's a thing inside this watch that basically keeps track of your health throughout the day. It tells you how many steps you should be taking on average. It also tells you how much exercise that you need to take, about 30 minutes. And finally, it will tell you to stand up once an hour every hour for a total of 12 standing hours. That's all great and dandy, but when you use the phone cuff-linked with the watch and you're going on a trip, so say for instance I put in my maps that we were traveling from Virginia to Massachusetts, which is about an 8-hour drive. During those 8 hours, the watch did not forget to tell me to stand up, and I'm gonna tell you guys, it's kind of annoying knowing that the watch knows that you're using the GPS. It knows that you still have to drive a couple hundred miles, a couple more hours, but it's gonna sit there and constantly reminds you to stand up. I'm sorry, Siri, I would love to stand up. Love to be a healthy, active individual, but I can't stop the car just to stand on the highway for a minute. So that just about sums it up for all the problems that I have with the watch, which really isn't that many problems considering the first watch I had was definitely defective. I thought before I ended this episode out, I would go over some of the accessories that I talked about last time that I did an Apple iWatch review video on My Tech Monday. So I'm happy to report out of all the accessories that I got for this thing, I still have all of them and all of them still work. Starting it off with this case right here, I think this was probably the best investment for the watch. I don't know if you can really see it, but this thing has done its job. It has protected the watch. I have banged this thing so many times, scratched it, dropped it, you name it, this watch has bumped into it. There's no scratches. There's a little hair on the screen right now, but there's no scratches on the screen. This thing is in flawless condition, which leads me to this little magnetic band that I also picked up online. It's not the actual Maltese loop that Apple sells. This one was 10 bucks. And though the black is starting to slightly fade a little bit, I wear this thing probably more than the rubber band. I'll only wear the rubber, it's not a rubber band, but the polymer band. I'll only wear the polymer band if I'm going to be outside mowing the lawn or something like that. 9 times out of 10 I have this band on. But what I was saying is you can start to see a little bit of the black on the metal fading out to expose the silver underneath. It doesn't really look that bad. I actually think the look of it is pretty cool when you get to the sunlight. It has kind of a rainbowish type tint to it. I've never been a big fan of wearing rainbow things, but this does look pretty good for its age. And also the price, considering you can get about 10 of these for the price of an actual Apple band Maltese loop. And the only other thing that I went over was a little tiny dock that you can put the watch on and place it there to charge during night, and that thing works just great. I still have that set up in my bedroom right now, but that's going to do it, guys. Let me know if you want to see a 6-month review of the Apple Watch when it gets to that point in time. Get it? Because the watch tells time, among many other things, but that is going to do it for today's episode. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button, comment down below, let me know if you own an Apple Watch and what your impressions of it are. I'll see everybody tomorrow for the mid-season opener of Gaming Tuesday. You guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. Peace.